Kids. Today we are continuing to learn from our series about people who come face to face with Jesus and were completely transformed. Have you ever heard something that was just really hard to believe? Maybe someone told you a story about something that happened to them, and you listened, but when they were done, you thought, I doubt this story is true. Well, you're not alone. Often we hear things that we don't easily believe. We hear stories about Bigfoot or different monsters, or I don't know. We know those things are just not true. Our doubts sometimes spill over to other stories that are true, but that we might just don't believe. We are going to learn more about someone in the Bible who struggled with doubt. But first, I want you to check out this awesome video.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Eleanor, and you're tuning in to another episode of Transformed, where we engage in heart-to-heart conversations with those who have had the honor and privilege of meeting Jesus personally. You are not going to believe what I saw this week. I was down at the state fair, and I saw this man who was riding one of those unicorn things. You know, the bicycles with only one wheel. What? Oh, right. I mean a unicycle. That's it. Anyway, he was riding his unicycle down this big long ramp, and then he jumped his unicycle over the top of 15 elephants. For real. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I wish you could have been there. I know some of you are out there saying, are you sure there were 15 elephants? I find that hard to believe. But it's true. I know it sounds impossible, but it really did happen. I don't blame you for doubting me. Sometimes it's not easy to believe something that you haven't seen with your own eyes. And that is what we're going to be talking about with our guest today. He was one of Jesus' disciples. His name was Thomas. He had a hard time believing some things about Jesus because he didn't see them with his own eyes. Thomas struggled with a little thing we call doubt. I spoke to Thomas earlier this week. Here's a little bit of that interview. Hello, Mr. Thomas. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Eleanor, but as a matter of fact, you can just call me Thomas.
Okay, Thomas. Tell me, were you really a disciple of Jesus?
Yes, I was. I was with him for 3 years. I was with him when he performed all sorts of amazing miracles. I saw him heal the sick. I saw him raise the dead. I even saw him walk on water. He did amazing and unbelievable things, that Jesus guy did.
Interesting choice of word there. Unbelievable. I read somewhere that you had a hard time believing some things about Jesus. Do you mind telling us a bit about that?
I don't mind at all. You see, when Jesus was crucified and buried in his tomb, all of us disciples were devastated. We could not believe that our Lord and Savior was gone. Then I walked into the room after a long walk by myself. All the other disciples were saying they had seen Jesus, that he had been there.
Really? Jesus had risen from the dead?
That's what they were telling me. They said that he had been there and that he had talked with them. But it was too hard for me to believe. You see, I saw the soldiers stick a spear in Jesus' side while he was on the cross. I saw the soldiers put him in his tomb. I told the disciples that unless I saw his nail-scarred hands and I put my hand in his side, I would not believe.
I see. You were doubting whether or not Jesus was really alive. Isn't that right?
That's right. My doubt was too hard to overcome. But then a few days later, I saw Jesus in the room appear out of nowhere. He was right there in front of me.
Wow. I bet Jesus was really mad at you for not believing. Did he yell at you?
Not at all, Eleanor. Jesus called me over to him and he said, Thomas, touch the scars on my hands. Touch my side. It really is me. Stop doubting and believe.
Wow! That must have been an amazing feeling. Then what happened?
Then Jesus said, Thomas, you have seen and now you believe. but blessed are those who have not seen and still believe.
So, Jesus did not mind your doubt, but he wanted you to stop doubting and believe that he was really alive and he could do great miracles, right?
That's right. You see, Jesus doesn't get angry with us when we have doubt. He understands how hard it is to believe in things that you've not seen with your own eyes. It doesn't mean that he wants us to doubt. He wants us to have faith and believe in him, even if we haven't seen him with our own eyes.
So, you, Thomas, were transformed from a man of doubt to a man of faith.
You were exactly right, Eleanor, and I believe that God can help everyone have the same transformation that I did.
It has been wonderful to talk to you, Thomas.
Same here, Eleanor. Thanks for having me.
Wow, can you believe that transformation that Thomas had? He was full of doubt, but God helped him to believe and become a man of faith. Boys and girls, we can have the same kind of transformation. Many times, it can be hard for us to believe that Jesus really is who he says he is. We may doubt that God really loves us, or that he cares for us, or that he can do miracles. But Jesus wants to help us get rid of the doubt in our lives and to have faith. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to check back with me next time as we talk to someone else who had an encounter with Jesus and was truly transformed. Until then, I'm Eleanor. See ya!
If we are honest, we all struggle with doubts from time to time. Sadly, we choose to hide our doubts because we're ashamed and we think that it makes us less of a Christian. Instead, we should admit our doubts to God and ask him to help us overcome them with faith. Now today, you will learn that it's okay to have doubts. Jesus doesn't get angry when we doubt, but he does want us to help overcome our doubts and replace it with strong faith. Remember, Jesus can transform anyone, even when you have doubts. He will help get the doubt out and fill your life with strong faith. We will learn all about that today, but right now, it's time to find out what you gotta know.
What you gotta know? What you gotta know?
Hey there, cool cats. I'm Peggy Sue, and I'm here to tell you what you gotta know. Today, we are talking about doubt. So, every time someone asks you what you gotta know, you tell them. It's time to get the doubt out. Doubt? What's doubt? Doubt is when you have a hard time believing something is true. Sometimes we doubt whether someone is telling the truth. My nose is blue. Or we doubt whether or not we should do something. Come on, Peggy, let's go rollerblade off of a cliff. We can even doubt God. When we doubt God, it's hard to know what to believe. But even when we doubt, God still loves us. Choose to believe. Always get the doubt out. So, every time someone asks you what you gotta know, you tell them. It's time to get the doubt out. And that is what you gotta know. I'm Peggy Sue saying, see you later, alligator.
Hello? Are you okay? Wait, pause.
Sorry.
What's going on?
I'm so stressed.
Why?
See, I've worked really hard on my report card this year. I've got all A's for the semester so far, but I've just got this one last report, I've got this one last research paper that I have to write, and I'm just so worried that I'm not gonna do well on it.
Okay, I can help you with it if you want,
Interesting.
but you have to do something for me.
What?
You want my help?
Yes, because it's 10,000 words. The teacher, she's a strict grader. I'm just not sure if it's gonna make it hard.
This is what you need to do. I need you to drop the doubt.
You want me to drop out?
Drop the doubt.
Oh, drop the doubt. Drop
Yes.
the doubt.
Oh, yeah.
How's that gonna help me?
Because all I was hearing when you were listing things was just a bunch of doubts. And if you continue to doubt, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna take on those things. And you know who can help you drop the doubt?
Google?
Jesus.
Jesus. Oh, that makes sense.
Yes, we're gonna learn about this later in our story.
Okay.
About how it's okay to doubt.
All right.
But you have to put your trust and believe that you're gonna make it through. We gotta put in our trust and believe in Jesus that he's gonna get us through. But it's okay to doubt,
It's okay to doubt.
but don't let that doubt take root.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll learn about it later in our story.
All right. That helped.
Yeah.
Today's Bible story is found in John chapter 20. Jesus had been crucified on a cross a few days earlier. Most of the disciples had gathered together in one place. They were all sad because Jesus had suddenly been killed. But all of a sudden, Jesus appeared and talked with them. The only disciple who was not there was Thomas. When Thomas arrived, the other disciples were excited to tell him what had happened. They all said, "Jesus appeared to all of us. He's alive." Thomas doubted that they were telling the truth. "I won't believe you unless I see for myself." Thomas had watched Jesus die on the cross just a few days earlier. He was not going to believe that Jesus was alive unless he saw it for himself. A few days later, all of the disciples, including Thomas, were together in the same place. Suddenly, just like before, Jesus appeared to him. He looked over at Thomas and walked towards him. Jesus showed Thomas the scars on his hands that had been there from the nails that had pinned him to the cross. At that moment, Thomas fell to his knees and began to worship Jesus. He said, "My Lord and my God." Thomas believed now that he had seen Jesus with his own eyes. All of the doubt that Thomas had been dealing with suddenly disappeared. Jesus spoke to Thomas and said, "You believe me because you have seen me with your own eyes. Blessed are those who believe without seeing me." Jesus spoke very kindly to Thomas. He wasn't angry at Thomas for doubting, but Jesus said that those who believe and don't doubt will be blessed. Today, you are going to learn all about how Jesus responds to us when we doubt. You are going to learn that faith is stronger than any doubt you may struggle with. If you admit your doubt to God, He will transform you by helping you get the doubt out and replacing it with strong faith.
We just learned from our Bible story today from the book of John, chapter 20. You see, right after all this happened with Jesus on the cross, we get introduced this moment that we get to pause on to see a transformation from one person's perspective changing into another. Most of the disciples had gathered together, right, in one place, and they were all sad because Jesus had been killed. But when He appeared to them, they believed because, well, they saw Him. When you see something, you can believe it a lot better, sooner, faster than someone who doesn't actually get all the facts laid out and seen with their own eyes. The only disciple who was not there was, did you say Thomas? Good job, you were listening just a minute ago. When Thomas arrived, the other disciples were excited to tell him about what had happened. You know, they said, "Jesus appeared to us, He's alive." Thomas doubted that they were telling the truth. I mean, he saw everything happen. He knew what was going on. It's been too long, there is no way. He said, "I won't believe it until I see it for myself." Thomas had watched Jesus die on the cross. And that right there was the final thing. Once that happens, there is no return, right? He was not going to believe that Jesus was alive unless he saw it for himself. So a few days later, all of the disciples, including Thomas now, were all together in the same place. And suddenly, just like before, Jesus appeared before them. He looked over to Thomas and walked towards him. Jesus showed Thomas his scars on his hands and that they were left there from what? Those nails. At that moment, Thomas fell to his knees and began to worship Jesus. He said, "My Lord, my God." Jesus believed now that he had seen Jesus with his own eyes. He didn't before, but now he did. All the doubt that Thomas had been dealing with suddenly disappeared. Jesus spoke to Thomas and he said, "You believe because you have seen me with your own eyes. Blessed are those who believe without seeing me." Jesus spoke very kindly to Thomas and he wasn't angry. But here's what's so cool about this story. He said something that's for you and for me. You see, Thomas actually got to see Jesus. But I don't see Jesus physically right here. And Jesus said, "Blessed are those who believe and do not see." That's you and me. We may not see Him now, but we're blessed because we believe.
Today, you're going to learn all about how Jesus responds to us when we doubt. You're going to learn that faith is stronger than any doubt you may struggle with. If you admit your doubt to God, He will transform you by helping you get the doubt out and replacing it with a strong faith. You hear a teacher talk about evolution in school and how we evolved from monkeys. You begin to doubt. I'm not sure God really created the world. How do I know for sure it happened the way the Bible says it did? I didn't see it with my own eyes. Or you have been praying for someone to be healed, but they haven't been healed yet. You begin to think, I'm not sure God even hears my prayers. I've never seen Him. I've never heard Him or heard Him talk out loud. I'm not sure, I doubt it. We have all doubted before, but the sad thing is that we don't always admit that we have doubt. We think it, but we never talk about it. Thomas did something very good in that he admitted that he had doubt. That's our first lesson today.
When you doubt, admit it. Thomas admitted that he was struggling with doubt. It's okay to admit that you are struggling with doubt. We all do it at times. If you never admit it, God can't help you with it. Do just like Thomas and admit that you were struggling. Admit that you have doubt. And here's good news.
Your doubt doesn't change the truth. Thomas doubted that Jesus was alive. Did that change the fact that Jesus was alive? No, of course not. Just because you struggle to believe something doesn't mean that it's not true. Facts are facts and truth is truth. Whether you believe it or not doesn't change that it's the truth. Even though Thomas doubted it, Jesus really was alive. Boys and girls, I know you doubt sometimes, but don't worry. God's word is still true. Admit your doubt and allow God to help you. That's what Thomas did. He made a choice to stop doubting, and in that moment, he began to believe. That is exactly what you and I need to do as well. We need to make a choice to stop doubting and
choose to believe, get the doubt out. You say, is it really that easy? Actually, can we just make a choice to believe? Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's that simple. Believing is something you cannot see because guess what? It's called faith. F-A-I-T-H. Faith is a choice, just like doubting is a choice. Today, it's time for us to choose to believe. It's time to get the doubt out. If we will make that choice, Jesus will transform us from a person who doubts to a person of strong faith.
Fellow coders, it's me, Z. Welcome back to the studio, the place where we decipher the toughest of codes. Today, we'll be deciphering the power verse. It should be coming in any minute now. Ah, there it is. Let's see what we have here. Time to get started on this code. You guys get to thinking. I'm gonna run it through my system. Alright, looks like my system couldn't solve this one. I'm gonna need your help. Let's walk through it together. Wow, this power verse isn't very long, but it is full of codes. Starting with this one, Eva. Could be mixed up or reversed? What do you think? Reversed? Let's see. Nicely done, team. Have faith in. This could be one of two things. It could be an initial or just the word in. What do you think? The word in? Let's find out. Nailed it! Last one. R-K-M-A. I don't think it stands for anything. Oh, a scramble? Of course! Let me run it through. We've done it! Time to read it all together. Stand with me and read the power verse on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Have faith in God. Mark 11:22. Wonderfully done, everyone. You are basically professionals. I knew it was the right choice to bring you all into my coding team. Oh, Well, looks like I've got another code coming in. Until next time, this is Z. See you soon, team.
It is Rewind Review with my two contestants going head to head. We have the twins. We have Monique over here, and she's going against Danielle over here. Ladies, best of luck. Let's be good sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's get into it.
All right.
Yeah.
Starting with question number one. What you gotta know today?
It's time to get the doubt out.
Ah.
That is correct. 1 point over here.
All right.
Let's go to two. Who appeared to the disciples in today's Bible story?
Ow!
That was-
Wow, that was Jesus.
Correct. Yeah, you were like a monkey. That was so fast.
Snatch.
Yeah, okay.
That's supposed to be.
Yeah. Number three. Which disciple did not believe Jesus was alive?
Thomas. Doubting Thomas.
All right, correct. Let's hop into number four. What did Thomas say he would have to do in order to believe?
Ow. Nails are sharp.
I'm so sorry.
Dangerous.
Dangerous game.
Apparently, I'm so sorry.
Oh, he said he had to like feel the piercing on the side and feel the holes in his hands.
Yeah. I
To
mean,
see Jesus.
technically, yeah, that's a better answer. He would have to feel that. Yeah. You know what? It's.
You
I
can
gotta
give
get
it to her, but I'm
okay,
pretty sure
all
it
right.
is though. Like I thought it was like
For the
to
sake
see
of the
Jesus.
drama, let's give it to her because now it's 4. It's 2-2.
Okay, for the
Nice.
drama. Okay.
Yeah, suspense. All right. Number 5. What did Jesus show Thomas to prove that it was really him?
His scars, like the nails and stuff. too, like-
Correct answer.
yeah.
We got 5-3. Number 6. Yeah, 5-3.
5-3. Wow.
I'm
okay.
sorry. 3-2.
Guess that question was worth 2 points.
3-2. Sorry. I apologize. Wow. Yeah. 3-2. I don't know. Okay. Anyhow, question number 6. Jesus told Thomas, "Blessed are those who believe without blank."
Doubting?
No, not doubting. Would you like to give an answer? Blessed are those who believe without blank.
It's not doubting.
I don't know.
Without seeing.
Hey! Correct answer. All right. 3-3. We got ourselves a game. Okay. According to our lesson today, when you doubt, blank it.
Oh. Alright, sorry. I think you got it.
I want to say when you doubt, get it out, but I don't think that's what it is.
Admit it.
Admit it.
Admit
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, what's that? 4-3. Yeah, 4-3. All right. Question number 8. According to our lesson today, your doubt doesn't blank the truth. Change is correct. Wasn't that your point? Did you go?
Mine was the last one. Mine was the admit it.
The one before.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Number 9. According to our lesson today, choose to blank, get the doubt out. Choose to blank, get the doubt out.
Choose to
Blank.
get the doubt out.
It's the opposite of doubting.
Choose to trust?
Close.
I feel like trusting in God, like choose to.
Believe.
Believe,
Okay,
yeah.
believe.
Trust and belief, though. That's kind of,
That's close.
Right.
But it's okay. It works.
All right. Here we go. Last question of the day. I'm not sure what the score is. I think Danielle has an insurmountable lead. So I think it doesn't matter either way. But for fun, let's just see who gets this.
Yeah.
Question 10. Where was our power verse found?
John 11:25.
Correct answer. Today's winner is Miss Danielle.
Good game.
That was good. That was a really good game.
Sort of.
Not your best work today.
Right,
Not your best
but it's
work,
okay.
but, you know.
It's okay. Yeah.
And that's the end of Rewind Review. Hopefully you guys played well at home, and we can't wait to play again. again with you. See ya.
See ya.
Thank you for joining with us in today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And just remember to get the doubt out. And it's okay to admit that you have doubt, just as long as you admit it and then believe what Jesus is saying to us. So that was our lesson, and we will see you guys next time.